I'm going to create a new solid model for chapter 6 exercise 1. Okay, so this way you know where we are at. Okay, chapter 6 exercise 1, and then we go okay. Let's just put the filter back, and then we say extrude placement, define front. We use the frontal plane as a sketching plane, and this is automatic, so you can see that right as a reference and orientation. So we go sketch view, and we're going to remove all the display, and then we put a center line, one in here and one here, and we're going to create two concentric circles here, one with a diameter of let's see, what did we say, this one is a 56. Okay, and that is 56. Okay, 56, and this one is 18. We have double that, we get 36. Okay, 36. Okay, great. Now I'm going to create a line that will cut through the I think it's a good idea to cut through the two circles. Okay, and then we have another line here. We're gonna go from here, that goes through this circle, horizontal line, and then we have let's see, if we go to this line here, doesn't matter. Okay, then we can go from the center of this circle, we can go this much, and then we go down. Okay, so we go vertical down, so we can just remove now a bunch of stuff here, a bunch of line. So here we have the symmetric, so we go to this point and this point and this axis, so we have symmetrical, and this dimension should be 20. Okay, should be 20. All right, great. And then we have to go to, so a little bit of trimming here, so we can get rid of a bunch of line in here, that, and okay, so then we have to go to this line, we wanted to trim that and trim this one, and then we can trim this piece, and then we can trim that piece. Okay, all right, so let's see. All right, so that's what we have, and then I don't need that as well. Okay, so far so good. Then we're going to do a rectangle that is going to connect these two circles. I'm going to click on this rectangle here, and this should be 10. Okay, that should be 10. Okay, it's a mouse that is not working, so I'm trying my best to see if I can get this to work. Okay, all right, so okay, it works. 10. Okay, and then we can just trim this piece here. We don't want this piece, and then we have this line here that goes all the way here. We don't need that piece, this here, and then let's see if I can get rid of this here, and then this is there, and there we go, and this should be connected to there, so we don't need this, we don't need that. Okay, and then we wanted to trim the bottom part here. Okay, the bottom part, and maybe this should be, actually there should be a line that I'm going to create a line from here. Okay, it should be a straight line. Okay, let me just see if I just trim that. Okay, so we trim this one, trim this one, trim that one, trim this one. Okay, let's change this to, okay, that's a radius of 28, and this should be the radius of 18, which is we're gonna get rid of the 36. Okay, all right, so let's see what we have in here, and this should be actually 10. Okay, that should be 10. The height should be 10. Okay, and what else do we want? We wanted the distance from the center of this circle. Okay, we're gonna dimension from this edge to the center to be 52. Okay, 52. And by giving the dimension, so we can convert this weak dimension that we see in here to a strong dimension. Okay, a strong dimension. So we can click on this from this line here to this line. That should be about, okay, one more time, undo. Okay, we're gonna go from this line to this line. We wanted to put that. Okay, this Elevate mouse is funky. Okay, let's just put them back again. And this is the number that we need to change it to 26. To 76, I'm sorry, to 76. So that is, this is the hardest part, trying to get these things, the geometry correct. Okay, so that's 76, 52. Oops, I think the laptop is doing something. It's rebooting. Okay, now it's working. Okay, all right, sorry about that. It's just doing something that we don't want it to do. So this is 20, and we wanted to give a dimension that is a total dimension, maybe from here to that line. This here. Okay, let me see. This one normal or the it's going too slow. Yeah. What is it? There's something, I think, with the laptop, right? It just is slowing it down. Okay, one more time. I'm gonna go from this one. Because it's doing something here. I'm so it's not doing it. Okay, so I go from there. Okay, one more time. We go normal on a dimension from. See that the mouse? Oops. So it's just grabbing. It's not working really. Sorry, the equipment is unbelievable. Okay. Okay, so setting up the device. Okay, thank you. Ah, that's better mouse. Okay, so sorry about that for the delay because there was a little bit of equipment malfunction. Okay, all right, so and then we go back to sketch and we go to dimension. Oh, that's much better mouse. Okay, we switch the mouse. So come on. Okay, so that should be what 154. Okay, 154. Okay, everything is fully defined. We have 18, and then let me just do this one more time, and that should be 28. So we have this taken care of now, and this is a vertical line, horizontal line. Everything is ready to go. 52, 70, 76. So we're happy now. Now we're gonna go extrude. Okay, we're gonna go check, and then the amount of extrude should be about 72. Okay, we're gonna just enter 72, enter. Okay, so we're gonna hold it. Oh, we're gonna hold it, and then you can see that that's a solid model for the base feature. Okay, base feature. And instead of doing the extrude using the uh, blind, we're gonna use mid plane, okay, or in both direction. So this is a good idea to use the mid plane or in both direction extrude, okay, because we need that plane. Okay, so let's see if we can now we need to create a features called cylinder. We go extrude placement define. On this plane here we're going to create two concentric circles. So let's just turn off this to no hidden and then turn off the plane so you can see it better. So we're going to have a center line somewhere here. Okay, we're going to create a center line somewhere there, and that center line with respect to this edge should be 118. So we go from there to there, and then we have that to be 118. So 118. Okay, enter. So then we're going to create a circle, and that is going to be a radius of 18. Okay, and so we have a radius of 18, radius of 18, and then the distance from the base to the center, and that should be 82. Okay, 82, enter. Okay, 82. And then we have another circle in here, another circle with a diameter of 18. Okay, the diameter of 18. Okay, we say 18. Okay, excellent. All right, so we did that. We established this cylinder in a space with respect to this here, the right edge to the center is 118, and from the base to the center is 82, 118. Then we convert this to shading, and then we're going to hold it and rotate them. You know that is we created this in that plane, so we say check. We're going to go in both direction, okay, in both direction, and the thickness should be, or the depth should be 36. Okay, 36, enter. All right, so, and then we say check. All right, great. So that's the second extrude. Next, we're going to create a rib, okay? There's a rib profile, that's a tough one. So we're going to use again the plane, okay? That plane is the mid plane. So we're going to go to profile. See that we go to profile rib and then click on that plane. And now we have to do a little bit of cosmetics work or construction work. So I'm going to use the project, okay? I'm going to use the project. I'm going to place it on that. The project means that temporary line or entities that we need to create an actual line that will be tangent. We're going to create a line tangent to this curve, tangent to that curve, and that's great. And then we're going to go back to line change. We go from there and then to here, and let me remove or trim. Let me just get rid of the shade so that we can see it better. We're going to get rid of this temporary line. Don't forget to check on this side here also. Okay, so we have this line, that line, and then we have another line here. So we need to remove this, and then we need to remove this piece here. So that's great. So now we're going to complete our work. So this goes to that point, and now we go from, then we're going to create an arc that goes from here. Okay, let me just start maybe from this point. Okay, no, it does not like it. So we're going to start from here. Okay, you have to go very slowly. Okay, I think I got it. Okay, the tangent is also critical. So let's go back to shading, and now we have a profile rep. Okay, we have the profile rep, so it's tangent to this cylinder, and then from this cylinder, tangent, vertical line, and horizontal. That's all you need. So let's go back to the shading, and then we say check. You can see that we have created a rep for this feature, and that should, the thickness is, I believe it's 10. Okay, I think 10. Is that? I think it's 10, right? The thickness is 10. All right, so we have that one done. Okay, let's just maybe use a little bit of rendering so it looks, uh, we can see it better maybe. If I go and create control and then the color here, and then if I use this maybe red to represent this control, uh, okay, okay, so that's what we have. Now we're going to create another rev on this side. Okay, on this side here, let me turn the plane back on. So we're going to do the same thing with respect to this plane. So we go to back to solid models, and then we go to profile rev, and then we click on reference datum. When I click on that plane, and then we say sketch view, turn the shade back on, I mean no shade, so we can just remove the datum plane, and then we go to project, and then the project there. Okay, all right, so we're gonna have a line that goes from this corner all the way tangent to there. Okay, so then we can trim. Okay, we can trim this piece there. Just zoom it a little bit so you can see to get rid of that piece, little piece there as well. And then we don't need this line. Okay, everything is ready to go. So we did the profile, rip profile. So we need to go back to shade, and now we're gonna hold this and rotate them so you can see where we are at. So, and then we can just reverse the arrow, and that will be 10. Okay, 10. The next one, I think I've tried this with the rep profile, but it won't work. So we need to use extrude to get the rep on this side and that side. Okay, so let's see if I can just show you that. And then all I need to do is create a plane. Let's see if we have a plane that goes through the center. Okay, that goes through the center of, is that the plane, that plane goes through the center? I don't think so. Okay, let me see. No, that's not the plane. So we need to go from this face. So I'm going to go to datum plane and then click on this face, and that's 0, 0, and then goes to the middle is 118. So opposite of the arrow, we're going to enter negative 118, enter. So we have created a auxiliary datum plane that passes through that cylinder, okay, right there. So now we're going to say extrude, and let's see if it's going. Oops, when this happened, I'm going to show you how to fix that. Okay, so let me just X out. I don't need that, and I don't need this. I know how to fix that. Okay, so let's do this. We're going to say extrude placement define. When it flips like that, I'm going to show you the shortcut. Okay, you click on the plane you wanted to, datum plane that you wanted to place the rep, and then you click on the surface. See it? You click on that surface, or let's see if we can look at this arrow. Okay, we're going to reverse that, click on this surface here, and then we say top. So sketch, let's see if the sketch view, yeah, perfect, that's what I wanted. Okay, I want it that way. Okay, so it's a little bit, tedious, this one. Okay, just pay attention. All right, so we're going to create a project a little bit. I'm going to have a project, a little bit project line. Is it to this level, or where is this is going to, is it that line, or let's see which line we're going to connect to this. Let me rotate it, so this one, right? So if I go back, it's gonna be here, right? Yeah. All right, so what I will do first is I'm gonna create a line from here that is about 10, okay? That dimension is supposed to be 10. 10, okay, 10. All right, then I'm going to create a line that connects from here. See, there is no projection line, so I'm gonna put that in there, and then I'm going to put another one. Okay, for time being, I'm going to trim this one here, and I'm going to create a line that goes from there to there, but that is temporarily. Okay, so next I'm going to trim this line and this line. I'm going to create a line a little bit more than 10, so it goes not to the midpoint, just a little bit more than 10. Okay, so then we are going to create more project line. So we go there, and now I'm going to create a line that goes from here to there and all the way to there, and then we close the loop. Okay, I need to trim a bunch of line. Okay, this line, and this is I'm gonna put the line back. Okay, we're gonna go from there to there. I hope not this is not too confusing, but that's all right because we are just a little bit doing cosmetic work. Okay, all right, so, and we know this is 10. So I'm gonna turn the shading back on, and you can see that I've created that right there, and then we say check, and then we go in both direction, and then the thickness is going to be 10. Okay, 10. All right, so beautiful. That's 10, and that's exactly what we wanted. Okay, so then we say check. Okay, and that is the beauty of this. See it? Look at that. It's perfect. Okay, and you know that the distance from here to here, you know, when I extended a little bit more than this because it cuts through it, so this is what we wanted really. That's how, because there's a two steps. Since there's a two step, it's very difficult to use the rep profile, so I had no other choice but to use extrude. Now we don't have to worry about the other side. All we have to do is, when this is highlighted, the extrude number 3, we go to mirror, and then we click on the plane, the mid plane, and then we say check. So look at the other side. See that we got the same thing on the other side. So therefore, you know, things are really easier now. It goes smooth when you use the mirror, so you don't have to repeat the same thing on this side. That's a tedious work. Okay, I think this is nicely done. And now we have to create two holes, and one on this surface and one on the other surface. So we go extrude, placement, define, we click on this surface here, and we say check, extrude. Okay, so let me just turn off the shading. The shade is going to be no hidden, so I'm gonna place two circles, one in here and then one in here, equal diameter or equal radius, and the distance between the two, I can just get a distance between this point and this point should be uh, 36, correct? So it's 36. All right, it's not easy to read the print, but if I use a center line that goes through, I need a center line because I want to make it symmetric. Okay, I want to make it symmetric. So then the diameter of the circle is 12. Okay, and since this is both are equal, so when I do that, it's going to affect both of them. Okay, so that's R1 equals R1. So all I need to do is make this symmetrical. So symmetrical, that means the distance from there to there is 18. Okay, so if I change that to 18, and then also on this side, if I go, the distance from there to there is also 18. From here to there is also 18, and then we say it's symmetrical, so it seems like it's okay with it. All right, so it's already 18, so we don't need to worry about it. Okay, so that's it. And any other measurement? No. Okay, we go to back to shading, and so we got the extrude. So those are the two holes. We're gonna reverse the arrow, and then we're gonna cut through the materials. It's a through hole, and then we have the two holes, cut through this. Okay, and then we have a little notch we need to create. Okay, so I'm gonna go and create a. Let me just get rid of all the planes, because sometimes the plane is difficult to see the rest of the solid model by having on, turned on. So we go to extrude, placement, define. We click on this surface. I clicked it on a wrong surface, so that's where we want it to be, right? And then we say no hidden. Let's just remove all the plane. So this is where we want it to go up. So we go to project, and then we're going to create a center line that goes through the midpoint here. So I'm going to create a rectangle that is going to be symmetrical. Okay, I think that's better. And this should be, what's 10? Yeah. Is it 10? Okay, 10. And this is supposed to be 20. 20. Enter. Okay, so that's where we want it to be. Okay, project and trim. Let me see if I trim this portion, and then we need to have, okay, I'm going to put the line back in here. Okay, now we're talking, okay, because the shade is there, and then I'm going to go back to the shading here, and you can see that we place it on top. So then we say check. So we want to cut through this, okay? So we're going to go cut through the material. I'm going to reverse the arrow, and then we say through. Okay, so we created that. Okay, that's the cut. And then we need to put a fillet a little bit in here, okay? I need to put a fillet. So, and the fillet around for this line here, and that should be about 10. Okay, that's 10. Okay, let me just enter 10 for that fillet. And also we have a fillet on this side, and that's 10. So we got the fillet done. And then we need the fillet on this side, on this corner, so we can go and do the round on this one, that's it. And we are all ready for this solid model. Okay, all right, so, and let me just rotate them, and it looks good, right? It looks wonderful. All right, I think this was a tough one. Okay, and have fun, enjoy. Try to create more solid models later on. Okay?